1 minute warning!
To the goofball army out there, hi at the families, tell them to get to the next room, tell them to go to your neighbors, because we got goofball news to go over, and it might get crazy.
Typically does, guys. If it's your first episode ever, you got like 30 seconds before we start, so not enough time to go to the bathroom, but go get a drink, because trust me, you're probably going to need it there. In the meantime, the rest, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. That way you know about future episodes as well, guys. Buckle your seatbelts if you haven't already. Make sure your tray is in the upright position here, guys, because we are just about ready to get going. And like, oof.
Guys, if you want a crazy ride going forward, a bunch of nonsense, but all nothing but the truth about the Giants, listen in, buckle in, tell a friend.
Let's go.
And now, here are your goofball hosts, Drew and Rob.
Welcome, fellow goofballs, to Two Giant Goofballs, New York Giants podcast. I am Drew, joined as always by...
me, Rob, with some exciting news at Overreaction Monday. Let's go. Woo-hoo.
We got news that we've been waiting on for quite a while there, guys. So tonight on Two Giant Goofballs, the Giants finally pulled the trigger on a major coaching change as Shane Bowen is fired and Charlie Bullen takes over as a defense has been collapsing for weeks across the NFL. Week 12 also went completely off the rails with overtime thrills, epic comebacks, season-shifting upsets. Buckle up, guys. This episode is loaded. All right, guys, the big news here today, of course. The Giants finally snapped after blowing another late lead and giving up 237 rushing yards to Detroit. Shane Bowen is out, and Charlie Bullen is stepping into the biggest role of his career. This move wasn't just about one loss, obviously. It's about 5 blown double-digit leads, a league-worst run defense, and a unit that's completely just unraveled. So the question tonight is Bullen the spark this team needs, or is this just rearrange the deck chairs on a sinking ship?
That might be it. Hey, go out playing the violin.
It's I think that's where he's at there. I think there's definitely a violin singing a song at that point for him, while everybody else is in tuxedos and men are dressing as women trying to get on the boats to get off the ship.
Please, I'll have a child.
Listen, guys, we've been asking for this for how long now? Shane Bowen to be gone. I feel like this is something we've been asking for weeks and weeks and weeks, and
very long time.
Yeah, it's about time. It's about time. And listen, again, the Giants have lost 5 games this season, like we said, double-digit leads at one point, and lost 5 of them. Sunday was
the most points in a quarter.
Yeah. In NFL history, after blanking the team for the first 3 quarters. Sunday marked the third straight week, and the 4th time this season the Giants failed to hold on to a 4th quarter lead. They are 30th in points allowed per game, 27.8. 30th. This is supposed to be a top 5, top 10 defense. Their last
coming in the 4th quarter
rushing attempt in the NFL at 5.9 yards per rush. Again, they have 237 rushing yards on Sunday. They've given up over 200 rushing yards 3 times this season. Insane, guys. Insane. Yeah. I don't know why it took this long. I really don't. So, listen, we've been harping the whole time on why we don't like Bowen, why we want Bowen gone. I don't think we need to harp on that anymore. I think at this point it's let's learn about Charlie Bullen.
I think so.
Because he's been on the coaching staff, but let's be honest, if you ask most fans if they know much about the outside linebackers coach for their team, they're going to tell you, yeah, no, I don't. Not exactly a prominent role. So
I've been the only guy that wanted the job or was willing to take the job.
Well, I think I know why he got the job or jobs. We'll get into that in a moment here. But listen, is the outside linebackers coach for the New York Giants the last 2 years. He was the outside linebackers coach / pass rush coordinator at the University of Illinois in 23. Outside linebackers coach for the Cardinals from 2020 to 2022. Assistant linebackers coach in 19 in Carolina. With Miami prior to that. Remember that. So he was assistant linebackers coach 16 to 18. Assistant defensive line coach 13 to 15. He was the defensive assistant, just defensive assistant, though no specific position, in 2012. He was a graduate assistant from 07 to 2011 at the University of Iowa. You notice what is not on his resume, Rob?
Oh, DC job?
It's a defensive coordinator position.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that you and I were texting each other like, yeah.
So
this is the guy. We literally have a guy in Marquand Manuel who was the defensive backs coach, who was a former defensive coordinator for the Falcons. Granted, he was the defensive coordinator when they gave up the biggest second half lead in Super Bowl history, but still, he was.
You probably don't want that guy there. After what happened,
I'm saying he's still another option. He's a defensive coordinator in the NFL. He knows how to do the job. You have
not for nothing. He also made it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you have Andre Patterson, who also was a co-defensive coordinator for the Vikings a few years ago. Both of them have experience calling plays on defense. Both of them have experience being defensive coordinators. Both of them have a wealth of NFL experience. Instead, we give it to a guy who has spent a couple of years as an outside linebacker coach. I was absolutely confused by this move at first.
I was very flabbergasted when we were talking about that. I'm like, oh,
I think, yeah, that's the perfect word. Flabbergasted with a capital on the flabber. Now, Josina Anderson put out a couple tweets when this broke, and I think she brought to light a lot of what is really going on here. So, again, we're on X when we're getting these, so you got to get the shortened versions, what she gives. She says, more context. Giants coach is being informed that outside linebacker coach Charlie Bullen has been named interim defensive coordinator. She put head coach, but she meant that. This will be the first time Bullen has had a defensive coordinator added to any of his titles. Giants secondary coach / pass game coordinator Marquand Manuel and defensive line coach Andre Patterson have both been defensive coordinators before and have called defenses. Then she says in another post, in addition to Charlie Bullen's resume, which one can review for yourselves, some league sources are also shedding light on their perceived relationship between outside linebacker coach Charlie Bullen and Giants GM Joe Schoen. Said one league source just now, Charlie and Joe are friends. If you line up Shane Bowen's resume with Bullen's resume, you will see an overlap during Schoen's days in the Miami Dolphins scouting department and as their director of player personnel. So,
was he just the guy just throwing around Shane Bowen?
I don't want to say that this is the reason he got the job. I don't want to go to that extreme. But it seems like there's the potential for that. It really does. Because you have two guys who've done the job before. And you're hiring a guy who's never done the job before at any level. Not like, at least if you get it in college, if it's okay, he's done it in college before. He's done this before. He knows somewhat what he's doing. He's never done the job before.
It's a bold move, Cotton.
That's beyond bold. That's stupid. You literally have we've been preaching on the show, and I stand by it, saying we need to get rid of Shane Bowen so we can get a competent DC in here, and then we can actually evaluate the players on defense. So instead, you have a guy who's going to learn on the job, which is okay in week 1, week 2, week 3. I mean, remember, I always give the example of Spagnuolo when he first came here, 2007, obviously your Super Bowl winning year. he was a crud defensive coordinator the first couple weeks. Like the defense looked horrendous. We were getting just our butts whooped up and down the field, but he settled into the job. There's no time for this Bullen guy to go ahead and settle into the job. By the time he's done settling, the season's over.
Yeah, it's just do it all over again next year.
Yeah, just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And I think this is another example of just absolute mismanagement of an NFL roster. Because you can't do, you have two guys who are competent enough to do the job. And you hire somebody who's never done it before. And there's the look of him, you potentially give him the job because he's your buddy.
Yeah, but it's also like, why would the Giants promote that guy if they didn't see something?
Because he was buddies with Shane. That's at this point here. It only thing that makes any sense. Like I don't want to say that's what's going on because we have no proof that's what's going on. But it's the only thing that makes sense when you have two people who are competent in the NFL with experience in the position. That's where I'm at. So, you know, I'm open to hearing other suggestions onto why. Like I know, you know, Anthony says there, you know, they might have not wanted the position. That's true. Very true.
That's what I said before, but I'm saying, why would the Giants promote a guy that's followed around Shane's buddy? Why don't you get the first shot? Because no one else wants that job. No one wants third. Shane Bowen's buddy? You're gonna
no, Joe Shane's buddy. Saying.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Marcon Manuel did not have any ties to Shane Bowen before coming here, to the best of my knowledge. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but like he was with the Falcons during Shane Bowen's time with Tennessee, so they probably knew each other because he saw each other a couple times a year. But you know, I doubt they had that kind of buddy relationship. You know, Andre Patterson was retained from Wingstaff, so like I said the connections aren't really there. Where you go, okay, maybe they don't want to take it because of that. I don't know. Again, we don't know. We're a fly in the wall here. It's just, to me, it's a bad look because if I'm the Giants, I'm going to say the right things publicly. Same as at the end of the game, Catholic was getting ripped for saying he still has confidence in Shane Bowen. What's he supposed to say? He's a schmuck and I want him gone? Like, what is he like?
Listen, you don't sit there post game like, yeah, I hope he gets fired tonight or tomorrow. Like, this NFL is respectful. You know what? You don't want to sit there and announce that the guy lost his job.
Could you imagine?
Like, how did Shane Bowen learn he lost his job? Oh, Kafka just said he's going to fire his ass tomorrow.
Can you imagine they're like, Mike Kafka, do you still have confidence in Shane Bowen? Oh, F no. I'm going to fire that guy tomorrow. Don't tell him. Don't tell him. Shh.
Our secret, guys.
Oh, like, yeah, like that's going to happen. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. Like, what else are people expecting? And it's the same thing with this. Like, the Giants are going to come out and say, well, we wanted Marcon Manuel to be the DC, but he turned it down. But if they were smart, they'd let it leak what they will at that point, because if letting it leak kind of saves them a little face from this whole potential Joe Schoen buddy kind of thing. Because it's the only thing that I've been given that makes any sense to why you'd hire this guy.
Yeah.
Like, can you really say the outside linebacker group has been overachieving the last 2 years? I mean, this year, yeah. Okay, Brian Burns, 100% overachieving, having his career best year. I'll give him that 100%. Are you saying that Kayvon's looked great this year? No.
No.
Has Abdul Carter been the player that people thought he was going to be? No.
No, it's not like he developed into a machine.
Yeah, like I believe the Meatloaf song is 2 out of 3 ain't bad, not 1 out of 3.
Yeah, one more to go there, bud.
Yeah, so I don't see it. I don't see it, and I do think this is the last firing, by the way, guys, to the end of the year. So I see Ronnie asking the question about GM. Joe Shane's not going anywhere. Only reason Joe Schoen goes anywhere, I think, is if they have to go ahead and get rid of him to get the coach they want. You know, the coach says, I'm not going to work with this guy as a schmuck, then yeah. So, all right, let's go through the comments real quick before we get into our next topic here. So, Fitty says, you two guys should get way more thumbs up. I agree, which is a nice time to suggest people hit the thumbs up button maybe for us. Not the worst suggestion in the world, just saying. Oh, my. Let's see. Deb says, hey, kids. Hey, Deb.
Hi, Deb.
Anthony says, hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Oh.
Shake it.
Shake it like a Polaroid picture. Oh, my gosh. He says, breaking out the bourbon tonight. Cheers to Bowen. Listen, I hate to, like, celebrate, too, somebody who's gotten fired and lost their job, but it's so past due, it's not even funny. It's ridiculously past due. It's like I wanted to be somewhat measured with Dable because I felt bad. He's a human. Like I try to look at the human aspect of it. I have no shame when it comes to Shane Bowen. Yeah.
No shame.
Yeah.
No Shane or no shame?
No shame for shame. Jay says, is this repeated or these guys never changed their clothes? No, we just wear the same clothes.
Yeah, come on, man. How many work clothes do you have?
Seriously. This is clearly my work clothes.
Yes, clearly.
Anthony says, no Harvest K shirt today, Jay. Huh? Harvest K shirt? I don't know. I don't get it. Mac the Giants fan, what's up, man? He says, what's up, Goofball?
What up?
Celebrate. We're going to celebrate. Celebrate with
Show me what you got.
Jay says, isn't that your profile pic, AC? Mac is back. Mac says this move was long overdue. Yes, it was. It's been due since about week 3.
Probably last season, but yes.
Yeah.
Week 3.
Jay says it's not like these guys are going to be able to tackle next week or it's going to turn the season around. It depends. I mean, might not pay as much prevent, might actually blitz for once, might do some of the things that we need to do. You know? And this is, or maybe they will. You don't think this defense gave up playing for him?
That's a strong possibility.
Yeah. I mean, I gave up hoping for them to play well. Jay says, I don't think they give up. It's just too little too late. No, the problem is they just don't. They play, again, they play to not lose. They don't play to win. That's the problem.
Yeah, prevent to nothing.
Yeah. And Jay says, and I just know we're going to beat the Raiders and or the Redskins pick up 7th. Yeah. Listen, we're going to pick like 7th. I've told you guys, don't get too excited about this pick 2. Like, that's going to change. It's 100% going to change. Anthony says, I agree with the Raiders, but I don't know about Washington. Watch us beat them both. He said, gave it to him, guys, or was he the only one willing to try it? I don't know. Jay, I talked to Tiki. I did not talk to Tiki. Sheesh. I've talked to him a couple times and he knows who I am. It's not like I sit there and like have his phone number. I have other phone numbers, but I don't have his phone number. Anthony says, Jay, my left ass cheek call up better defense than Bowen did damn straight. Jay says, Shane, cheesy as F. Yep. He says, I think they want to keep Kafka and spend a lot on a DC. I don't know about that. I think he's not out of the running, and I think you'll see him get a interview. But I really think that part of why you give him an interview, and I hate to say this, but he got the Rooney rule. You have him in the building already. He does happen to fit that bill, being Hispanic. If you go ahead and get him, you don't have to bring anybody else into the building at that point that you don't want to just to fulfill the Rooney rule, which is how you got in trouble last time.
Yeah. Especially everyone out there talking about bringing Flores in.
Yeah, just don't have Bill Belichick give anybody congratulatory text this time. That's all I ask. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Anthony says, I agree, Jay. Jay says Brock Purdy looks drunk out there. Anthony says, Drew, I don't think at this point in the season we would have seen anything in the terms of change. I think they fire Bowen because they have no option. They fire Bowen because they're hoping it's going to excite the fan base and make us care about the rest of the year. Let's be honest. It's like an appeasement move way too late. That's what it is.
It is. I mean, we even talked about it too. It's you don't get rid of Bowen. It's just slap the face off the fans. At least at this point, they're showing. At least they're somewhat listening to us.
Oh, I
already more claims.
Slap in the face multiple times.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, like Jason, they need to fire Bowen to win meaningless games. Oh my god. Let's see. And we said that with Anthony already. B. Solis is a great AC. I think they fired him to appease the fans. It's 100% what they did. Jason, we are the first team in the NFL to be eliminated from the playoffs. Embarrassing. Yeah. And listen, I couldn't care that we're the first team to get eliminated from the playoffs. I don't care about that part of it. I'm just tired of the fact that we keep getting eliminated at the playoffs. Not even December yet. We have nothing to play for.
I was about to say, it's the fact of fashion how it happened. Like, they gave us a no hope for the playoffs. So saying that we got eliminated already, it's just, okay. They think we go 2 more weeks, we're actually going to get into the playoffs?
Sometimes you have to take the good and take the bad and take the rest, and then you have the facts of life. The facts of life. Ronnie says, Bowen, young.
Yo.
Anthony, they're talking about new coaches and all. Anthony says, guys, I have a question. Have you seen it come across an interim head coach decided to move on from a coach? Do you think this hints at Kafka staying as head coach? Listen, it happens. It does happen. Now, usually it happens at the time of the new coach coming in. Usually it's not usually, weeks later. But I think that he was probably told he's on thin ice from the get-go. So, let's see here. Jay says, well, if Rob gets fired as number one vacuum salesperson, the company only does that if they have someone better to replace him with. First off, there's no one better at selling vacuums than Rob. Let's be very clear on this.
Oh.
He is the best. He is the best.
Talk about sucking it up.
All right. Let's get into the next topic here for you guys. So we do have some moves here because New York just made an under the radar move today, adding the giant, massive German tight end Maximilian Mang while parting ways with Jude McAtamney. We never thought that name would be gone, but there he is. He's finally gone. And listen, it's not flashy, but the timing says a lot about where this team thinks it's headed there. So Maximilian Mang from Germany. Guten Tag.
Ooh, wunderbar.
He is an undrafted rookie free agent from this year's draft class, 25 years old, 6'6", 263 pounds from Syracuse University. Caught just 9 passes in 63 games in college, guys. Not exactly a prolific pass catcher. That's a safe way of putting it, if I can get it out of my mouth. But he did appear in a lot of games. He appeared in all but one game during his time at Syracuse. It wasn't like they didn't use him. It's just they didn't give him the ball very often. He was definitely known better for blocking and for special teams. He was dropped recently from the Colts practice squad. Now, we've talked about this before. There's going to be some decisions to make at tight end next year. And I think they're bringing people in, because it's not the first tight end they brought in. They're bringing people in to see if they can find somebody they might want to keep next year as a cheaper option. Bellinger is going to be a free agent. You got to look at that. He's a free agent, and listen, I don't even know if he wants to be here, to be honest. Considering how the Giants have treated him, I can't blame that guy whatsoever if he wants to go elsewhere. I really can't. Chris Manhurst, is he going to stay next year? Fedone, is he going to be able to be healthy? There's a lot of question marks. And I think that's what this is all about. I think the biggest thing is we got rid of Jude McAtamney finally. Listen, we're excited here. This is like We got rid of Shane Bowen and Jude McAtamney at the same day. Granted, it should have been weeks ago in Denver, but still, we got rid of both of them finally. We can celebrate a little bit here. And again, I hate to do it, but listen, he's not a NFL player, guys. He wasn't even a college player. He lost his starting kicking job in Rutgers. The fact that he even has a story to tell his kids later on about being in NFL games. Like, that's what this is all about at this point. He gets that, and I don't know, maybe he gets a pension for being in 1 year. I don't know. I don't pretend to be the exact, knowledge base of pension plans for the NFL Players Association. I know there is one. I just don't know the exact vested interest you have to get it. But either way, like I said, he gone.
He went bye-bye.
We get a couple weeks with him to see what we think of him. So the Giants, coaching staff and Joe Schoen in the front office can figure out they think he's somebody they want to keep as a long-term blocking tight end specifically. I doubt it, but you never know. But I can tell you who we didn't want to keep. Jude McAtamney.
I was going to say, McAtamney said bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And we brought in the kicker last week, guys. So, we're fine. We're fine.
So you got cool.
Oh, no, we got in the other guy, too, from the Steelers practice squad, too, as well. We signed. So, that's what I'm saying. We have so many kickers, it's not even funny. We're perfectly fine.
It's amazing. We went from no kickers to 3.
Yeah. Now we're back down to 2.
Touche.
Touche? Oh.
Touche.
Alrighty, guys. Let's pay the bills real quick. We're right back to go ahead and recap for you guys Week 12 in the NFL.
Thanks for watching. Like the show? Of course you do, or you would have turned it off by now and not be hearing me. There are plenty of ways to support the show. YouTube is the best place to join us, and we offer memberships there with fun benefits like custom emojis and early access to video clips. Of course, there you can also send super chats and stickers to send one-time support payments. The best way to support the show is to buy these drunk idiots beers at buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs. Along with one-time support payments, there are also monthly plans, so you can continue to help kill their livers each month. You can also show people that you are a goofball by visiting our store at 2giantgoofballs-shop.fourthwall.com. We got everything from shirts, hats, phone cases, funny candles, buttons, stickers, and even a 2 Giant Goofballs towel to dry off your goofballs. Of course, you can always support the show for free by simply hitting the like, subscribe, and share button wherever you are watching or listening to this. Hit the thumbs up on YouTube. Leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It helps the show tremendously, and quite frankly, the goofballs suck at marketing and need your help to get the word out. Thank you for being part of the Goofball Army and for taking the time out to support the show.
Alrighty, guys. So it's that time for us to go over the latest week in the NFL. Week 12 around the league was absolute chaos. Overtime finishes, wild comebacks, and a handful of games that flipped the playoff picture on its head. Some teams rose, some collapsed, and a few shocked everybody. Let's dive into the moments that really mattered here. So, as always, we start off with Thursday, but should we give people the big news about this week? No, we'll do it at the end.
Yeah.
We'll do it at the end. So let's go to Thursday here. So Thursday, the Bills came into Houston looking for an easy win. CJ Stroud out of concussion protocol. Davis the Neck Mills in at quarterback. My God, I swear that guy is like Joffrey from Toys R Us's kid or something. Ridiculous. Texans squeaked one out though, guys. 23-19. Davis Mills when he threw for 153 yards. Did have 2 touchdowns in the first half there. This is Houston's third straight win. Third straight win. And the first time they're over 500 for the season there. The defense just absolutely wrecked the game. 8 sacks on Josh Allen. 3 takeaways by safety Caleb Bullock. Like 3 takeaways by one person. That included a pick, by the way, at the 9-yard line there with under 30 seconds left to kill Buffalo's final drive as they were trying to make a comeback. Like, it was a really good game. Really good game. Allen, for his end, threw for 253 yards, no touchdowns. And unfortunately, just had a lot of issues, guys, on the the red zone and had a lot of issues keeping Josh Allen on his feet. And that's a bad recipe for disaster for most teams, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. But going into Sunday football.
Sunday
night. Well, it's actually day, but
Sunday
afternoon. You had the number 1 seed in the Colts playing the Chiefs, who have not been good this year.
No, they've been playing like the Chefs.
Not Chief-esque. Yeah, exactly. Interesting note to go into this game that Patrick Mahomes has never lost 3 straight games, which made this very exciting because late into the third quarter, the Colts were dominating this game up 20-9. But there was DJ looked like he was playing for the Giants. There was absolute collapse where they went 4 3-and-outs from the fourth quarter into overtime, and they Giants this game. DJ Giants this game is what happened. Patrick Mahomes posted a season high 352 passing yards, who also became the fastest QB to make 35,000 yards in his career. All while doing a comeback. So you wonder if he realized he did that until way later.
He still got it, so.
Oh, 100%. Kareem Hunt had a 2-yard touchdown. And then Rashid Wright had a 2-point conversion, which allowed a late field goal at the end to tie this game going 2020. And in overtime, Rice and Hunt fielded another drive, and Bucker hit his 5th field goal of the day with 27-yard game winner. Clapping a 14-0 fourth quarter run by Kansas City.
Yeah. Talk about a tale of 2 games. First half was all Colts, second half all Chiefs. And in the end, one has a good quarterback and one doesn't. That's the difference maker in most games.
Well, one has a great quarterback, and the other has
okay-ish
something. Yeah,
I'm still not. Like I said, I'm still not sold on DJ being anything better. I'm really not. So
what he was. Yeah.
We got a game that you didn't think was going to be a good game, but it turned out to be a damn good game. Seahawks going into Tennessee to face the Titans. Jackson Smith and Najigba continue to absolute crazy this kid's had so far. 167 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns, setting a single season receiving yardage record for the Seattle Seahawks in the process. Keep in mind, the Seahawks have had a lot of good receivers. This is not a team that hasn't had good receivers. So when you break a receiving record in Seattle, that means something, point blank. And remember as well, who were the 2 goofballs who told you guys that kid was going to be special? Just saying. We were all about him. We wanted him so bad in that draft, it's not even funny.
Yeah. Numero uno.
Now, one of his 2 touchdowns was a back-breaking tight end that just absolutely flipped the momentum after Tennessee had been hanging around kind of all game long there, helping Seattle pull ahead for good there. The Titans, on their end, though, their skid continues. Defense struggles again. Can't stop letting up explosive pass plays there. And unfortunately wasted what was actually a decent effort from the offense. 24 points for the Titans is like the equivalent of most teams scoring 40.
I was going to say maybe 45. It was Ward's best game of his season and career, if you will.
Yes, nothing that's saying much, but yes.
I was supposed to say it's not saying much, but
yeah. I'm not trying to pick on the kid. He's a rookie. You got to give him time, but
bad team.
So Seattle ends up winning 30-24, and we thought it'd be an absolute blowout. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, so you got to worry about how Seattle looks go into next week and the rest of the year because they were dominant for 10 weeks of football, but last 2 weeks, a little suspect.
Yeah, I mean, well, you're also sometimes you play down to opponents, which brings us to our next game.
Our next game did not happen. I was wrong, and I got to sleep on the couch because I took the Packers not to cover this game, playing the Vikings, and the Packers just want to put a whooping on this Minnesota offense and their defense. Minnesota's offense just never looked good through the whole game. They just kept on repeating plays, it looked like I was taking crazy pills and just watching them trying to make the same move. Kind of looked like watching the Giants a couple weeks ago.
Ooh.
Let's do the same couple moves
Weeks
over
ago
and
or
over.
any week.
Maybe. Yeah. It was just the run game never got working. And you got Aaron Jones in the backfield. Aaron Jones Sr. now. And he's not, they didn't even put him out there. They were playing from behind the whole time. Packers defense, though, woof. They just smothered and just did not let up this whole game. They smashed this Vikings offense, holding them to just 2 field goals and the lowest yardage output of the season this year for the Vikings. So,
and you know what the crazy part is? In the last 3 weeks, J.J. McCarthy has 6 interceptions he's given up.
Oh, his thing is he typically does the reverse Giants. He doesn't play good football for 3 quarters, but somehow squeaks out the win. And
not anymore.
Not this time.
So
but yeah. And then the crazy thing too is Josh Jacobs did not play this game, so he was beat up. So they put Emmanuel Wilson, which I picked up on fantasy. Kudos for me because he did awesome. He put up 107 yards rushing, and then he also had 2 touchdowns on the day. So they pretty much relied on him like the Josh Jacobs, and it was a pretty smooth transition.
Yeah, I mean, luckily they had somebody they trusted back there, that's for sure. But, I think the big thing for me on this game was JJ, though. I really do. I think I got to, wonder, would the Vikings at the end of the year give up and try to move on?
I don't think so because he's also coming off a serious injury, and it's his first year back from it. So it's kind of like he's a rookie coming off this injury, so he's not playing to his fullest. What's he do? He gets another year.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean,
also depends.
You got to at least bring in competition.
Yeah, it also depends on where. I mean, you're just talking about drafting one, or are you just going to talk about picking up?
I don't know. It depends on what they think of him overall, But that's bad.
Yeah,
that's really bad. So, but yeah, did you get a final score? Did you get the final score? I didn't hear the score.
23-6. Yeah, so
there we go. Okay. I was making sure. From the start. So we had the Jets going into Baltimore.
Signing game.
Baltimore. Oh my God! If you love defensive struggles, this is right up your alley. Baltimore just couldn't even score. We expected the Jets not to be able to score, but the Baltimore Ravens couldn't start scoring either. Finally, in the third quarter, they just blew the game wide open. Derrick Henry scores 2 rushing touchdowns, and they end up getting their 5th straight win as they are definitely back into contention in the AFC, starting 1-5 on the season, and now they're 6-5, and now above 500. They're in a tie atop the NFC North. Even their defenses looked a whole lot better. Henry's gotten better. Lamar Jackson's back playing it again. The Jets actually led 7-3 at halftime, guys. Like they were in the game for a good amount. They
were. Yeah. Lamar has not looked good coming back.
Looked better than than Tyler Huntley.
Yeah, it's not saying much either.
Or what's his name? The old Cowboys quarterback they had for a while. I mean, it's like, yeah, he's still an improvement there, but yeah, Ravens end up winning 23-10, guys.
Yeah, brutal. And then we got our game, which we talked about, I guess we're a little more upset than breaking down stats. Obviously, you guys tuned in yesterday. You're a Giants fans tuned into this game, but just in case you missed what happened on yesterday's game, Giants lose in overtime, 34-27 in a heartbreaking fashion. And it's mostly because of Gibbs, who was absolutely ridiculous. The guy had 264 rushing yards from the scrimmage, 3 touchdowns, which included a 69 walk-off touchdown in overtime. That sealed the deal.
Yeah, well, kind of walk-off. It was the last offensive play for them. We got a chance to repeat it and couldn't do it, but it's insanity. That whole game is insanity. You know what, though? I'm going to say this. We won. Because Shane Bowen's gone.
We also didn't lose in the fourth quarter. At least we took the overtime. Little wins.
We've done that twice now and lost both times, though. So sad.
Yeah.
All right, next up. What
But,
are you still giving more? They're supposed to go watch the post game.
fine. Watch the post game.
Watch the post game.
Sure.
We had a post
I
game.
have all these notes.
Watch the post game episode.
Go Winston.
Now we had what it might have been the best game of the week here.
Surprise game.
Yeah, I thought it'd be a good one there. The Steelers going into Chicago. Chicago see the Bears there, don't you know? Listen, no Aaron Rodgers. That was a big change of pace, obviously, there. You got Mason Rudolph having his Christmas party early. But Caleb Williams, 239 yards, 3 touchdowns, including 2 to DJ Moore, and they just squeaked out a win there. Chicago's defense, they give up a lot of points, 28 points there. But they did also have a lot of sacks there, including 2 by Montez Sweat, and had key stops when they had to. So at least they did what they had to do when they had to do it. Pay attention, Giants defense. So Pittsburgh did get a late touchdown to pull within 3, but couldn't get the ball back, and Chicago basically just converted enough first downs to go ahead and bleed the clock out. Chicago wins 31-28. Like I said earlier, if you're going to rewatch any game this week, that's probably the best one to do.
Yeah. We figured out who was the king of the North. Da Bears. Who would have said that? Who would have thought that?
Winter is coming.
Yes, winter is coming. I'm saying AFC North and NFC North. They had their mini Super Bowl. Anyway, another game that you wouldn't think that was going to be as exciting either.
Oh, I thought so.
The Bengals hosting the Patriots. You thought that was going to get like crazy close?
If there's one thing about Wacko Flacco, he's putting points up and making games interesting.
You're 100% right. Well, Wacko Flacco lost the game. Well, maybe not him, but Drake May won this game 26-20. But just like you said, Cincinnati jumped ahead 10-0 without Lamar, without Jamar Chase either. Who hocked to it.
Lamar. Lamar.
Jamar.
Where was Lamar at?
Jamar Chase, who hocked to a Steelers.
Hanging out too much with Jalen Carter.
Yeah. But really fascinating. We flipped around the game in the second quarter with Hunter Henry touchdown, and then Marcus Jones picked up a pick 6 to give the Pats a lead, and they just never looked back.
Yeah.
Drake May managed the game and kept the chains moving despite the injuries on both sides, helping the Patriots become the league's first 10-win team. So now they lead the AFC. And they also extended their winning streak to 9. So
9.
Kudos to them. Remember, they lost to the Raiders like week 1.
I know they did.
Craziness.
The
Bengals had a chance to bring this back late, but stalled repeatedly and just couldn't make anything happen. They just couldn't get that punch that go ahead to finish the score. They just couldn't do it. They're right there. Get the touchdown. I can't do it.
Oh no, get in the chopper.
Yeah.
Next up, we got the matchup that everybody wanted to see. Everybody wanted to see this matchup here. The Browns at the Raiders with Shedeur Sanders starting his very first game ever in the NFL. But he won. He did something that a Browns quarterback has not done since 1999, winning their first start as a Cleveland Brown. It's literally the first time since 1999 that has happened. Did throw a touchdown, avoid any kind of big mistakes there, but really just let the defense do their thing. Myles Garrett. We just have a little Myles Garrett like appreciation here.
Oh my God.
So less than a month ago, Myles Garrett had 5 sacks on the season. 5. He had just gone over having 1 sack in 4 weeks straight. I mean, one sack per week, 1 sack in 4 weeks. That was October 19th. Since then, 5 sacks against the Patriots, 1 against the Jets, 4 against the Ravens, now 3 against the Raiders. He has 18 sacks on the year. Got 13 sacks in the last 4 weeks. That's a lot of
absolutely
sacks.
absurd. That's a huge sack ratio.
Most people never have that in a season, let alone 4 weeks. Like, absolutely insanity. Like, imagine being disappointed when you only got 1 sack.
Yeah.
Like, that's probably him.
Terrible game.
Like, absolutely goddamn ridiculous. So, kudos to him in a great year. But like I said, yeah, they just did enough at that point to go ahead and get the win. I will say this. I know a lot of people will sit there and get all excited about Shedeur Sanders, who they've already said will start next week. But, guys, he played the Raiders. Like, I'm not trying to be out of it, but he played the Raiders.
Now you got to question yourself: does Sneaky Pete still have it,
No,
or is it the Raiders' curse?
It snuck out.
Oh, right at the back door.
But they got the 49ers next week, so let's see. Let's see what they do. Against the 49ers with Shedeur Sanders. Also saw Jay saying Ashton Genty is a bust. Yeah. 604 yards in the season, 3.6 yards per carry average, and 4 touchdowns.
It's most of those are 3 games. It's
not been good. Not been good.
Yeah, he's also playing for the Raiders, so poor guy.
He also got ran to the ground in college. That's one of the things we talked about going to the draft, is that I wasn't sure about him because of that. He got ran point blank to the ground. So that's exactly what it looks like is going on there. But yeah, Browns win 24-10. After the game, actually today, I should say, Chip Kelly got fired as the offensive coordinator of the Raiders. They've now fired their offensive coordinator and their special teams coach in back-to-back weeks. It's not just us that's dysfunctional.
Yeah. Yay.
Yeah.
They suck too. All right, up next you had the Jaguars.
The Jaguars.
They were being hosted by the Arizona Cardinals. Which is another game that was
doesn't sound quite like English. It's a Cardinal.
Yeah, this game was sneaky good as well. And it was more of a defensive game than you would think. The Jaguars pulled out a sneaky win in overtime, 27-24. Trevor Lawrence was up and down all day long. He had 256 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and 4 turnovers. Not good. 3 interceptions and a fumble. But
up and down like his hair in the wind.
It's so beautiful. But
blowing locks.
He still led nail biter every game and fourth quarter touchdown that was capped by a 9-yard strike to Parker Washington. So it was Parker.
Every time I hear Parker, I can't help but do like J. Jonah Jameson in my head from like McGuire Spider-Man ones specifically. Parker.
J. Jonah Jameson. What's his name? Who is that actor? Absolutely amazing.
I forget.
I just want to play his name.
He's amazing at it. I'm looking it up right now, and it is J.K. Simmons. There we go.
That's it, J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons.
Yeah, fantastic. Also, going back to this game, Arizona's defense forced all 4 of those turnovers, included a defensive tackle, Walter Nolan, which caused that fumble return for a touchdown, and Buda Baker interception, which set up Dorse to score, keeping the game in. Yeah, keeping the Cardinals in the game. But yeah, Cardinals tied it late with the late field goal. But in overtime, Trevor smoothed the Jags into range, and the rookie kicker, Cam Little, drilled a 52-yarder for the game winner. He's just a little guy, but before the season started, he was practicing 65-yard field goals. This guy's nuts.
I said he hit one in the game.
Yeah, absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Jacksonville's defense quality dominated up front with 6 sacks, bailing out the offense and all those crazy turnovers after each mistake with making a character win that moves them from 4-7 to firmly into the AFC playoff mix.
Next up, we got a game that, listen, I would say this would be the game of the week if you and I didn't hate both these two teams. It's like we hope for this game to be a tie every single time. That's what we hope for. The Eagles at the Cowboys in an absolute nail biter. Eagles started off there 21-0 in the first half. Jalen Hurts had a rushing touchdown, a touchdown pass to AJ Brown. Maybe he'll stop complaining because he finished with 110 receiving yards. Probably not. Dak Prescott ends up with the game 354 passing yards and 2 touchdowns, a rushing touchdown, and had just a massive, massive comeback. Like I said, it started the game 21-0 for the Eagles. It ends up being 24-21 for the Cowboys. That's listen, I don't like to give the Cowboys credit, but that was legit. That was a legit comeback there. 24-yard completion to George Pickens was a big part of setting up the final winning kick there. Brandon Aubrey hits a 42-yard field goal, and literally right as time expires. Stop me if you heard that before, Giants fans. To complete a 21-point comeback there and hand the Eagles just an absolute crushing loss after starting like that. Eagles completely shut out in the second half there. Drives just stalling, defensive breakdowns, and it went from could have been a statement win starting 21-0 to just everybody's now asking the questions again about the run game, about their depth, about this offense not rolling like it should be. All the questions keep coming in now, and the Eagles, like I said, not as good as people think they are. I know they somehow win. They're clutch. I give them that. They're clutch, but they're just not a good team as a lot of people think they are.
They're a good team. They're just not a great team. A lot of people are thinking because they do figure out ways how to win.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. They're clutch. They're 100% clutch. Like I don't want to take it away from them and say they're a crap team. They're not crap, but they're not as good as they've done lately. They've done a lot with a little. You know what I mean?
100%.
And I mean that specifically about Jalen Hurts. Oh, hope that hurts.
Yeah. Ooh, tush push, ouch.
Ooh, ooh.
Yeah.
I got chili peppers in my head now. Thank you.
Up next, you had the Saints hosting the Falcons. Well, the Falcons flew in there and just smashed them 24-10. Kirk Cousins started in the place of Penix Jr., who's in IR, is probably going to be out for the year.
If not forever.
If not forever, probably not. Well, maybe. That's his third knee injury, fourth knee injury.
Yeah, that's.
Kurt went for 16 of 23. Yeah, pretty much. He went for 16 for 23 with 199 yards with 2 touchdowns, and he just did enough on the air to keep this offense moving and the defense to help win the game as well. Bijan and Aguilar combined had 114 rushing yards and 42 receiving yards. Give the Falcons a balance of helping them in the backfield when there's some obvious passing plays to go down. Giving Kurt a little more time in that backfield because last time Kurt played the Saints, we talked about it last week, he got smashed.
Smash.
But the key difference in this game, it's been the explosive plays. There's a 40-yard touchdown pass to Darnell Mooney. A long screen to Robson to set up scores while the defense forced key turnovers and got game-sealing interception from Watts. The only touchdown for New Orleans came from a pick six. This team looked terrible. They missed 2 field goals, and so they were stuffed on a 4th and goal at the 2, which is really terrible because you had Tyler Shuck, who had 243 yards as the rookie in this terrible offense, and it wasted his day.
They wasted everybody's day who was watching the game. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
that's
pretty much.
The Saints need a quarterback. Let's be very frank. The Saints need a quarterback, and now the Falcons need a quarterback. I want all the needy quarterback teams. I want them all needy. So hopefully we can trade down. Trade down. but I'm being selfish.
Trade down.
All right, let's get into the last game here that's completed. We'll give you guys where we're at as far as the Monday night game here in a minute, but the Sunday night game that we expected to be a very good game was not a very good game unless you're a Rams fan. Stafford just absolutely carved up Tampa. 3 first half touchdowns, 2 specifically to Devontae Adams, as the Rams started off 31-7 halftime lead. That's insanity at halftime.
Absolute bonkers.
So the win moves the Rams up to the top seed in the NFC, and literally you can hear the SoFi Stadium fans just chanting MVP for Stafford. It's insanity how good he's been this year. Absolute insanity. Defensively, LA
37, 38 years old with a bad back. It's about to be nominated MVP of the NFL. It's like him, the old guy, or the young pup. Those are the 2 guys in the contentions right now.
Yeah, it's insanity. On the defense, the Rams had Kobe Durant had a pick 6, constant pressure. Baker Mayfield threw 2 interceptions and actually ended up leaving with a potential shoulder injury. I know they're doing an MRI today. Again, being that I live in Tampa Bay, I hear too much what's going on with the Bucs there. But he had just 41 passing yards before exiting the game there. And the Bucs never scored in the entire first half. And now who even knows what's going to happen to this team now? Because if Baker's out, guys, their backup is Teddy Bridgewater. That's who played the second half. The guy was literally out last year coaching high school football. That's not even a joke. Like legit, he was coaching high school football last year. So it's too late to trade for somebody. If not, maybe Joe Burrow goes to a third team, cut him and let him go there. Joe Burrow. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Wacko Flacco. Let Wacko Flacco go there. Can you imagine Joe Flacco on his third team?
Hey, listen, he's just happy to play football at this point. He will go wherever he needs to. At least the weather's nicer down in Tampa.
It is very nice. It's like 80 degrees this time of year. I freaking love it. We're gonna have another outdoor Thanksgiving this year.
Meanwhile, in Cincinnati, he's probably dealing with 40 degrees right now.
And Ohio. On the last game there, guys, right now as we're recording this, the Niners 10-3 on the Panthers. 5 minutes left in the third quarter, so you'll have to look beyond this for the final score there. But the big news is that Rob and I were all excited because we're all tied up at the start of the week there after 11 weeks of picks. And guess what? After 12 weeks, we're all tied up. Because Rob and I officially tied up 100% there. So we'll have to see what we can do overall. I didn't put our scores in for the last.
We both picked,
but we both picked the same people. So
we still got 2 points, I think, right? I think
no, we each got 2 points. We picked the Bucs to cover the spread, which obviously they did not do. So you and I both have 30 points for the week, puts us both to 315 points overall. And we still have tonight's game, but you and I again picked the same thing at that point there. We both picked the Niners to win, we picked the Panthers to cover, and we picked the under. So, and the spread was 7 points when we did it. So let me see, what was the score again? So we're right at their spread. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens overall. So, I mean, listen, we're not doing too bad, I feel like, at this point there, because we're both around 40% for our spread picks when we're picking every single game. There's obviously a lot of games we said point blank we wouldn't touch. If we were just doing the ones like most people do, we'd be fine. And on the overall picks, we're both like mid 60s basically on that percentage there. What you just crush at point blank is the trifectas. You're like 54% trifectas for the year. I don't know. Trifectas, I'm sorry, for over-unders for the year.
I don't understand. That'd be ridiculous.
Yeah. I don't understand how that number is so high, but somehow you do that.
Some way.
Kudos to you on that one there. Like I said, picking every single one and being over 50%, that's pretty damn good. So. All righty, guys. Well, that's going to call it a night for us here. Again, we'll be back on Wednesday. We'll find out who gets fired then. So as always, we are live every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Of course, we're live on YouTube, the preferred platform, along with, of course, Facebook, Twitter/X, Twitch, and, of course, Rob's favorite, my LinkedIn profile. And, of course, as always, we're available the next day on all the audio podcast platforms, Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, all the big ones there. So if you haven't already, hit the like, hit the subscribe,
Ring
hit
that
the share button. Tell a friend about the show, because point blank, we suck at marketing and need all the help we can get. Remember, after all, as Fiddy said, we need more thumbs up.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys again on Wednesday. And like I said, hopefully we have happier things to talk about in our first pregame show without Shane Bowen. Maybe we're actually more optimistic for once. Probably not.
Well, listen, I won't feel so bad about like going to the fourth quarter and having a lead. I'm still going to be a little sensitive about it.
Well, my bigger issue is the fact of who we're playing, but
yeah, we're probably going to get cooked.
Yeah. We should also let everybody know, too, that we are going to do things a little different this week. So keep in mind that we're not going to, it's Thursday's Thanksgiving. We're not going to do a Thanksgiving episode. Enjoy your time with family. We're going to do the same. We will do a show on Friday. So Wednesday, we will give you guys the preview from the week's Thursday, for the Thanksgiving and the one Black Friday game. I think there's a Black Friday game. And then we'll do our regular stuff there. Monday, keep in mind, is the game, guys. This is a Monday night game. So a little different on the game schedule there as well. So, but like I said, instead of Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday for game day, it'll be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Monday for game day. Close.
Yeah.
Close. So,
And I see over there, we're talking about that Drew and I were tied after 12 weeks of football.
oh, yes.
Yeah.
That was the big news. It was big to us. We get very
I
competitive.
thought I was gonna cook Drew, but
We each think we're going to cook each other. It is what it is. As long as someone's cooking, we're both cooking. That means,
yeah.
damn straight, we're cooking with gas,
Olean.
gasolina.
Gasolina. I know, right?
I don't care how old I get; those songs are still fun.
Yeah.
Except
See
for Sean
Drew
Paul.
dancing on a dance floor.
Except Sean Paul. Sean Paul's the only guy that I'm like. You hear this music now, and like, why does he keep on saying his name? Like, people, is he afraid people are going to forget his name? Like, who did this song? Sean Paul. Oh yeah, that's right. Sean Paul did that.
It's messed up, bro.
I wouldn't have any clue if it wasn't in the song. And yes, Deb does sound disappointed, Anthony. It's okay.
It's not the first time Drew disappointed a woman.
Yeah, definitely not. Ask my wife. So, guys, we'll see you guys on a Wednesday. Appreciate you guys for listening, watching, supporting as always. And as always, Giant fans, go G-Man! Go G-Man!
Thanks for listening to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.